Well, it was a meeting decades in the making. This father and son are finally together after nearly 50 years apart. And it was all thanks to a DNA test. Fox 13's Genevieve Curtis was at Tampa International Airport when they both got to hug each other for the very first time.
There are all kinds of reunions at airports for short trips and longer journeys. And then there's Terry Moore.
My heart's beating so fast right now.
Waiting on a reunion 48 years in the making.
I'm going to hug him and cry.
Terry is anxious for the arrival of his first child.
I'm a father. You know, I'm 75 years old. I find out I'm a father.
The son he never knew he had.
You know, I just never expected any of it.
A ball of emotion as any expecting father. He hasn't been able to contain his excitement.
Oh, yeah, I go to the bank, I tell them. I go to the hardware, I tell them. I go to the post office, I tell them.
Terry and his wife, Mary, never had children of their own, but 5 days ago found out that a brief relationship Terry had before they got married led to a son.
And my son's name is Mike Martinez.
Mike has been on a longer journey to try to find Terry.
He's 48 and he's been hunting for me since he was 9 years old.
Mike lives in Houston. He used Ancestry.com and worked with a genealogist to eventually find a relative who shared the news with Terry.
I called him up and I said, I hear you're looking for a dad.
The connection was undeniable.
So his fiance asked me what she could call me, Mr. Terry or what. And I said, no, I said, I've always wanted somebody to call me Dad. So this is what we're doing. There he is.
And 5 days later, Mike and his fiance were on their way here from Houston.
Hey, son.
To meet for the first time.
Finally.
A moment Mike has longed for.
My whole life, yeah.
The two spoke on the phone every night since they first connected.
We just clicked, you know. We've just been really close ever since then, so I'm glad I have this moment right now.
Mike says he and his fiance plan to start a family of their own soon, so it was important to him to finally find his father.
I want to know everything now, you know. I got a lot of catching up to do. I got a whole backpack full of pictures.
While Mike was looking for them all of these years, Terry and Mary ran their own treasure hunting business. Terry says this is the find of a lifetime.
I've never even dreamed of it. I mean, this is way out of the ordinary, you know. And to find out that somebody really wanted to be with me, enough to where they hunted for me for 40-some years, you know, that gets you in the heart.
In Tampa, Genevieve Curtis, Fox 13 News.
How sweet is that? And as Terry and Mike have talked over the phone, they actually found out that they have many similarities, like a shared sense of humor, riding motorcycles, and they're both entrepreneurs.
Wow.
How about it?
Just so amazing. Of all these years, they were well, the son was looking for his dad, and for him to finally get to say, hey, son.
Was that not the cutest? And I love that he said, call me Dad.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a dad. And we have to share. I asked Genevieve, because this story is so precious, I asked her, how did we hear about this? And she said he reached out to her because he said he wanted the world to know that he has a son. Is that not the sweetest?
So proud.
I love it.
After all these years, and hopefully someday he can say grandfather.
He's a grandfather, yeah. You could tell they just immediately have that connection.
They sure do.
It's awesome. Wow.